Okay, this is going to be a review of Superman Identity, which I actually torrented. I'm been doing torrents lately, and odds are a lot of my reviews are going to be stuff that is torrented. Don't hold that one against me. But anyway, I'm reviewing Superman Secret Identity. This I wanted to read because it was Superman, one of my favorite heroes. I know that's really cliche and stupid, but I love Superman. Kurt Busiek, one of my favorite writers. Stuart Immonen, I don't know anything really. I haven't really read anything with Stuart Immonen in it. I can't even say his name. Immonen. God, I am not good today on the pronunciation of words. And I really... I heard about this before. I think I remember watching. I think it was Cammy's Comic Corner. Yay, he gets a shout out, even though he probably doesn't need it from me. And, you know, he talked about how great this book was, and I decided, okay, fine, I'll read it. And I decided to actually torrent it, and I will get to why I decided to torrent it at the end of the video. So this book starts out with a young boy whose, last name is Kent, who lives in a small town called Pickettsville, Kansas. And, of course, they named him Clark, because parents are cruel, cruel, cruel people. And, they thought, oh, it's funny, but throughout his life, he's been made fun of it. It will never haunt him. And, he's made fun of, doesn't really have any friends at school. So he's like Clark Kent for the comics. And, he's going camping, and he realizes one thing when he wakes up. He's floating in midair, which anyone would find amazing. And he discovers that he has all the powers of Superman, and he starts doing stuff, and people notice him. People notice a Superboy, and you really notice how his life goes. He's not really like regular DC Universe Clark Kent, and throughout this he helps people. He's kind of having some issues trusting people because he doesn't want anyone's identity. He doesn't want his identity to be known because he's afraid the government might get him. Yes, this is a kid who's self-aware that if he exploits his powers, the government will try and kill him. Kids, they learn such great things these days. And he moves to Manhattan, where he works for the New Yorker. He doesn't work for the Daily Planet as a writer. And, of course, as life goes on, he is teased because of his name. And his co-workers, because they thought it'd be hilarious, decide to pair him up with a woman named Lois. And, which is ha ha ha. They don't like it. Her name's not Lane. It's like Chethera or something. I can't say it. And she falls in love with her, and it's great. But there's a scene where the government actually kidnaps him, and it's this really dark scene where he's in a lab, and he finds all these dead bodies, and even bodies of babies, what I found really weird, because you don't expect to see a dead baby in a Superman comic. Someone's going to quote that, I know it. You're never going to see a dead baby in a Superman comic. Duke Loops, 1993. And it was just dark, and, after that, he's kind of laying low. He actually puts on glasses, which, of course, people find out and go, oh my god, who are you? What do you know of Clark? Yes. Really stupid jokes just come for this man's life. It's sad, but kind of funny. And, of course, he becomes a successful author. He marries Lois, because, ironically enough, Lois falls in love with him. They have twins, and he decides to keep himself protected, so he doesn't have to worry about running away from the government. He actually teams up with the government. And there's a lot of cool, interesting things in his past there, because I've spoiled a lot. I'm sorry. I do that a lot. I really apologize. Good. The story is great. The characterizations are great. I love how the narration is completely done through Clark's journal, which, for the most part, until the end, because it's the future in the end. Again, more spoilers. He uses an old typewriter to type out his journal, and there's this nice little detail they add where you see these tick 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 word bubbles going around for the typewriter. He's really you feel kind of bad for the guy because he's kind of the loser who finds a good life. There's moments that are great. That moment I mentioned earlier with him breaking out of the lab, which is dark and horrifying. And actually, there's a scene where he meets a reporter who their deal was the reporter wasn't allowed to show his face, and the reporter, actually took some photos and tried selling it to a paper, and there was this really kind of intense scene where he's angry. All you see is his shadow and his eyes bright red, and he just flies off, and even he's questioning if was that a little too much. Yes, it was, Clark, in retrospect. The art's pretty good. I've seen Stuart Immon's art before, so it's different here. I think it looks extremely different from what you're used to if you do like his art. Kurt Busiek, again, delivers another golden gem. The art was a little scratchy. I'm going to go back to the art because I'm not really consistent when I talk. The art's it's not hard to get through. It's nice with the story. There are a lot of nice moments. 9 out of 10, I guess. I know I give really high ratings, and I'm continuing the tradition today. It's great. Now, you might not be able to find this. I had to torrent this because the trade's out of print. If you go on Amazon or eBay, you're lucky if you can find one for $50 minimum. So you're going to have to try and find the issues or, other means like I did. But I would definitely suggest it. It is great. I'm not suggesting you pay $50. But then again, I'm sane and usually don't do that. So, that's all I got. Later.